I have always dreamed of beholding the Banawe rice terraces for years. But somehow, schedules and the distance to and from Manila made it a bit of a challenge during my annual trips home. I just felt that it was something I needed to do after being able to see other landmarks around the world. I had seen the Eiffel Tower twice, but had yet to go to Benguet province, and that just didn't sit well with me. Well, I finally made it to Sagada with my siblings in late 2024. Our journey started by booking our bus ride on board Coda Lines departing from its terminal in Cubao. If you want to see a more detailed video of the bus ride, a separate video is available with a link in the description. This is really the best way to travel to Bontoc or Sagada, our destination. It affords an almost continuous ride to the mountain province save for one stop for a meal at your convenience. I highly recommend their 35-seater Super Deluxe bus or VIP bus, which allows for more legroom and comfort and which has an onboard restroom. Advance booking is required, and this will ensure you are able to reserve your seats. The trip is approximately under 13 hours, but traffic caused by one-lane roads due to construction or natural disasters make it a mere approximation. Fares range from $20 to $30 each way. When you arrive in Sagada, your first stop will be their Tourist Information Center. Here, all guests are required to register their party and where they will be staying. This is also a good place to get a pamphlet on things to do in Sagada, connecting you with certified businesses and tour guides. This was also the only ATM machine I saw while here, but it was out of service the whole time, so you will do well to bring your own cash. The post office is also located in the same building. The primary mode of transport in Sagada is the tuk-tuk or motorized pedicab, comfortably seating three behind the driver. Your luggage will be placed behind for ease. There is a minimum per person charge for the ride, and the rates are displayed in that circular behind the driver. There are no-name hotels in Sagada. The lodging options provide a range of inns, homestays, and hostels. We booked a four-person bedroom for our party of three at Log Inn Sagada, a few minutes away from the town center. It's probably walkable on the road if we chose to hike the 15 minutes or so to the town center, and it's close enough to the main road. They were not along the main road but just a few steps away, and you will need to walk a path to their front door. This is, however, not an accessible pathway for those who might need walking assistance to get around. Login Sagada provides a very warm and cozy feel, living true to its name. There is a working fireplace which is turned on in the evening for guests to just relax and sit by the fire. The owners of the place live on premises and are available to assist as needed. Towels are available to rent and toiletries can be provided as requested. Guests are requested to take off their footwear before entering the main lodging area, but house slippers are provided. This is the common dining area where utensils and facilities to heat food are, but you are not allowed to cook. Masfere Inn and Restaurant was one of the places we tried and came back to for takeout sandwiches later. They have a rather short menu, but their food is filling and the portions are just adequate. They are also the only place in the area which serves Diet Coke or Coke Light. A bakery is attached where you can get something lighter. They are in the immediate vicinity of the Tourist Information Center and appear to be one of the older establishments in town. We took a peek at the weaving center where we saw weavers working at their looms. Here, guests are allowed to walk around but are requested not to talk to the workers so as not to distract them. We also visited Sagada Pottery, which requires a ride to get to. I highly recommend that you visit this place.
Venus, dito yan. Bayam data, go out, go out. Okay. Good afternoon and welcome to the Battery. I'm Ardeth. I'm one among the workers here. This workshop started in the year 2000 by RG Stapleton. Sinasenter ko po ang play with pressure from my both hands and I have to go with the speed of the wheel. Before we can make any kind of shape that we want, may it be a bus, a bowl, or a mug, cylinder pa po muna ang unang-unang gagawin for that's the basic shape. To do the cylinder, bubutasan natin dito sa gitna. Palalawakin natin siya by slowly pulling the clay towards the side. At this point, with controlled pressure from my both hands, I'm going to compress the clay together here at the very bottom and then slowly pull it up to the tip of the clay. One more time, my hand should be the one controlling the clay, not the clay controlling my hands. Whenever I pull it up, I have to do it gradually to maintain the centerness and for it not to collapse. Ito na po ang cylinder natin. Ito pwede na itong maging pot. But we are going to reshape this for us to see how far the clay goes. Kaya ang gagawin ko, here at the very bottom of the clay, I'm going to slowly push it outwards while pushing and pulling my hands up. I'm supporting my left hand with my right hand outside. Here in the middle, I'm going to push it inwards, slowly pulling it up, supporting my right hand with my left hand inside, and then I'm going to push it outwards at the top to make a flower vase. Now, kung gusto naman natin siyang maging water container, we can just put a spout like that.
Oh!
Kaya ang ginagawa namin dito, ini-air dry namin siya for 5 days. After 5 days of air drying, or leather dry na po siya, we come back, we trim the bottom, then we put a handle in it. That's the time din maglagay kami ng any kind of decorations.
The highlight of this trip to me is surprisingly the hike we took to see the hanging coffins in Echo Valley. Note that you are not allowed to wander through the trails without a certified guide, which the staff at the start of the trail will insist upon as you enter. The social media account of our guide Francis is provided here, and we do highly recommend him should you find yourself needing a guide for this particular hike. Be warned that it is a hike through the forest, so you will need to, at the very least, have appropriate footwear. Hiking shoes or sneakers are best, as the mountain path can be slippery at times. In the last few years, the steeper portions of the hike have been paved with steps, and most of the narrower parts have guardrails installed. This is both to protect the hikers from slipping and also to keep visitors within the areas that are safe to hike. It might be physically challenging to those who are not used to hiking, and while you will not be climbing rocks or unfamiliar natural paths, there is a portion of the hike with steeper steps that are around a foot tall in some parts. We were fortunate that we came in November and had done a midday hike, so there were hardly any other visitors to walk behind or meet in the narrow paths. We were told that on busy months, the paths do get crowded. When that happens, you might have to wait for one party to pass in the narrower portions. The worst part is, you might end up being rushed to take your photos when you reach the hanging coffins. Francis paced the hike accordingly and would stop to help us catch up when we needed to slow down. He also provided us with a rich commentary on the history of his people and the distinguished elders who earned a right to be buried in this solemn place of rest. He also shared that while this cavernous forest is so named as Echo Valley for the rich timber of the echo a call would produce, it is prohibited as this is considered sacred ground. Only declared elders are allowed to be interred here, and a solemn procession takes place through the paths we are hiking. Their people do not believe in embalming and let the deceased lay in rest for a day before they are carried by designated bearers through these paths. The decomposing body is then ceremonially wrapped and carried by the bearers in an assigned sequence, and it is considered an honor for one to be asked to carry a deceased elder to their resting place. Uncannily, bodily fluids sometimes drip from the body being transported, but the bearers consider this an omen of good luck when it happens. My brother told me that these railings are a new addition and visitors used to be able to get closer to that rock wall from where the coffins hang. Francis tells us that the railings became necessary as some unscrupulous visitors vandalized the area, which deeply offended their people. The railings now ensure that those visiting this sacred land are kept within a safe distance to prevent this from happening again. This row of souvenir shops in the vicinity of the Tourist Information Center is a good place to shop for things to bring home. I noticed though that while the souvenir t-shirts, keychains, and wallets are practically the same across all the stores, the bags they offer differ in design. Postcards are available in all the stores, which is a delight for postcard collectors like myself, but we chose to shop at Midtown Souvenirs for the bulk of our goodies. Unfortunately, as of the production of this video, they seem to have closed. Still, here's a rundown of the products that you might expect from these shops. I wanted you to have an idea of what's available and how much they cost as of late 2024. One of our final stops before leaving Sagada was the Indigenous Inn, where they had a very interesting gift shop. They sold a wide assortment of bags and accessories made from native material. These were woven by seasoned weavers in their own home looms. The shop provided materials, and a finished bolt of fabric would be delivered to them after 2 to 3 months, and these were made into bags and backpacks. I was even able to buy some gorgeous hand-woven fabric here, which I hope to create a jacket with later. The inn and shop are a bit of a distance from the town center, so you will need a tuk-tuk ride to visit. And finally, here's some home cooking we recommend you try. The PMMD store and eatery is literally a hole in the wall kind of shop, but their meals are the closest you can get to home cooking in these parts. We had our last lunch here before returning to Manila.